Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's turn that up a little bit. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. Let me just try to push this over here a little bit so you ain't looking at the light. I'm not even sure if y'all can see the game over there. Got the game on the TV right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. You know what I mean? What it is, you know what I mean? Mixtape season for sure. You know what I mean? Shout out to that though. But we about to holler at this reason 14 over here and see what's going on, family. See what's going on. See what's going on. All right, let me do a little mute over here too, real quick. Mute the game a little, so turn it down so I won't hear nothing in the background. Got about 5 minutes till halftime, you know what I mean? San Antonio really trying to win it. Real talk, though. It is what it is. But yeah, shout out to the room, y'all. If y'all just coming up in here, let me come on my phone or whatever real quick, too. Just to, I was on Funded Socially, but I had an issue with the computer. I said, hey, just let me come over to YouTube. I know I've been supposed to have been doing these lives over here, but hey, you know, shout out to Black State. Shout out to Black State. We are doing these lives on Tuesdays over on TikTokies or whatever the case be. So yeah, shout out to that. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I'm over here with the feed real quick. YouTube be acting up lately. It's like all the social media is acting up for some weird ass reason, man. See, okay, I see myself right here. Let me see if I can just turn it on the side. Boom. Knock that out. Bang. Bang. Bang, bang. Secret Street Gang. Let's see if we can get up in this live feed right here. See if we could get into the live feed. Let's see, knock this down. See, I gotta change up some of my social some of my things over here. Let's get rid of all this stuff right here. Yeah, shout out to the Kite Films community. We will be going live on the Kite Films community on Racebook. If you know, you know. I finally decided to privatize it, so that'll be live within about 3 days from now, which today is what, Thursday or whatever. So I guess Sunday it should be up and popping, but you can still request to join. You can request to join. Kite Films on Facebook is privatized right now, but it should let you join still though. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to. Yeah, I wish social apps like YouTube and shit like that would just stop. And I understand you got to have some protection and guidance of like links. You don't want no phishing links and all this other stuff. You know, kids clicking nasty ass, you know what I mean, pedo links and shit like that. That's fine. But certain links that are legible and legitimate websites for music or whatever it is, other social sites, just let it be, YouTube. You know, same thing with Facebook. They grind out the links. Just let it fucking be. Like, y'all be worried about the wrong shit sometimes, man. Run it up. Because even in the groups, they be trying to ban the links. Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? And then you want to flag me for putting a link up or whatever, like you Reddit and all this other stuff, you know what I mean? And fuck Reddit, because they shadow ban me for some bullshit, too. So fuck Reddit, you know what I mean? They on some bullshit, yo. Reddit on some bullshit, you know what I mean? See, doesn't look like it's letting me pin this comment right here. Okay, there we go. Pin message. Okay, that's because this is the live feed. It is what it is. So let me turn the volume down on this thing real quick. Come on, turn down. And just come back into the live feed. See, scroll up. All right. All right, we up in here now. Hopefully the phone don't fall down. Hopefully the phone don't fall down. On turntables might wobble, but they don't fall down. And y'all don't even know what that bar mean if you ain't a DJ from back in the Dizzy. All right, so you see right here, shout out to Reason Studios. we finally got some act right from y'all. And I should have titled this video "Searching for Samples Part 1000" because we still searching. And I'm about to prove my point why it's still an issue, the browser. So I just want to clarify too real quick that I did not upgrade the Reason 13. I did not upgrade the Reason 13. I skipped that, coming from 12. So what I want to say real quick, and I've been getting some pushback from the Reason community over this too. I don't understand why no one in the Reason community gave Reason any pushback about why the patch icons are missing. I'm not sure why y'all didn't give Reason Studios any pushback. And the reason why I'm saying, or the issue rather, I'm saying that Reason browser is still an issue is because this one simple situation you got going on right here, if you can see, right over here on the left side of the menu, where it said Kylie B's, all effect patches, import dump files, stuff like that. You see these circles right here, or we used to the circle of death, as they call it. You know what I'm saying? This is all it's gonna do is just spin, 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 spin. Saying right here was new in Reason, Reason song files. It's not indexed when you load these when you first load it up, the program. These files that are coming from these folders that you are trying to put in the shortcuts, or if Reason just detects it on its own now. I'm not sure how, I haven't dove head first into this yet since I upgraded from 12. Like I said, I skipped 13. And like I said, the real instance is I don't understand why is the community didn't scream on Reason Studios to put the patch icons, repeat patch icons. So if you was loading up a Kong patch or Europa patch, the patch would look like the rack extension. So why do you guys redesign this nice browser only to have it looking plain, dull, unattractive? It looks the same. I'm looking at the same black and white, everything. It's just really like hard on the eyes, Reason. And it's just like, it's really unattractive. Just the only word I can say to it. It's just unattractive because it's just plain black and white. There is no color to it. There ain't no diversity to it. And obviously the real issue is the reason why it's not all the way a good browser yet, in my opinion, is because it's the same instance where I guess with any DAW, but I know for a fact Cubase for years have had this problem, and I always correlate these videos surrounding Reason browser to Cubase Media Bay because it took them years and years and years to get to where the Media Bay is at right now. And even with the Media Bay being as good as it is, and I don't got the latest Cubase either. I stopped upgrading after 9.5, so I'm way behind. But I still pay attention to, the latest features of Cubase 15. And I'm pretty sure, since me leaving 9.5 and since 15 has come out, I'm pretty sure the Media Bay is working flawlessly. So somebody out there that's got Reason 15, 14, 13, Cubase 15, 14 or 13, let me know how that Media Bay working, man. Because obviously we still got the same issues. And it seems like since Lander has acquired Reason, a lot of the features we see dropped in Reason 14, and I'm not going to go over those because that's not a part of this video. Why I wanted to do this video, and I know it's been a minute since we've been talking about Reason. But the only issue I ever had with Reason all these years, since using Reason from I've been using Reason since Rebirth, but from I'm going to say version 4 and up is where like the issue started at. And in the browser, it was way better in Reason 4 because it didn't matter what you were searching for, it just worked. So whatever happened after that is just like it's just been hiccup after hiccup after hiccup with the browser. So as you see, again, these files or my folders are just indexing. And for whatever reason, because I tried to go live on our Black community app, and obviously it took forever. As you see, I just changed the folder for it to access the files up in here. And you can see over here as I'm scrolling up and down, I'm gonna leave my little arrow bar right there because obviously it's still indexing just to see if the arrow bar move. But obviously this is going to take a second. And it doesn't make any sense that this is still searching or trying to index all these samples. And just for the record, the sample folder that you see right here that's highlighted, that's indexing itself, that folder probably got like 100 gigs in there. But like I always say, if you ever watch any of my searching for sample videos, I could go straight to Windows folder and pull up the same folder and it'll load all the same files 2 seconds, snap of a finger. So what the heck is going on with Reason where I understand, I guess it's trying to pull it in internally, you know, like I said, hey, help me understand because I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. Why is it taking so long to index? No other DAW has this problem. And if a simple file folder option on a computer can find and load the same 100 gigabyte folder in a snap of a finger, why does Reason have problems? And that only goes back to what I've always been saying. Some of you developers over there don't know what you're doing, family. You don't know what you're doing, man. I got the same issues over here at this house/apartment I'm in, where I keep having to call a contractor to fix what the previous contractor messed up already or didn't get right or whatever it is, man. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fix it right the first time. And since y'all dropped this version 14, there has already should have been an update to the upgrade. There has already should have been an update to 14.0 already since it's been released. And it hasn't been an upgrade yet. You know what I'm saying? Or update rather to the 14 release. So that right there is a problem where it's like, what was the purpose of y'all doing all the beta testing? Because I signed up for the beta testing too late. Is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to get, you know, like I said, Reason 13 didn't impress me for what it was. You guys, features wise, were offering. You know, shout out to the Polytone. That is a fire rack extension. I think that's definitely going to be my new favorite rack extension. You know, compared to you know, Kong and you know, Scenic and stuff like that, because I like strings and stuff like that. But my real love is the browser, because I got all these samples as you see. And again, go research my ADSR video where it's titled "Shout Out to ADSR." Hey, Propellerhead, you couldn't do this, and that video was 7 years old. And look, I had recently went back and looked at it for whatever reason. It popped up in my feed for whatever reason. And I went back and looked at it and realized that ADSR commented all over that video. Didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a tutorial on Sample Manager that I did. And comparing ADSR Sample Manager to Reason's browser issues. And I'm going to say that it's still the same issue, that you need help from another developer, in my opinion, Reason, from ADSR, from Steinberg Cubase with the Media Bay and how they got their stuff set up. You know, I wound up, upgrading to, and I wouldn't even say upgrading because, well, yeah, I did upgrade too, but I already had the program. Magic Music Maker, where I haven't even really been using that one again lately because it got too many stability issues, but it's a hell of a DAW, for sure, a hell of a DAW. And I've been using Magic since Magic Music Maker came out for PlayStation 2. So you got to go all the way back to 2003, 4, something like that. And even those games, unfortunately, it's easier to load samples on a PlayStation, yo, than it is Reason browser. Now, I know a lot of folks probably be out there, well, hey, well, you know, what's your computer specs or whatever? Let's talk about that. So I'm still on Windows 10. I definitely got to upgrade. I don't want to spend the money because hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I definitely see it's time to upgrade for sure. So I'm on Windows 10. Everything is updated for the most part. As far as the operating system goes, whatever patches and I signed up for the Windows. And get the extra year of updates for Windows 10. The last updates that's going to be coming through this year for the most part. So I did sign up for that last year. This is why I'm still able to update, and get patches through the operating system. I know a lot of folks are switching over to Linux. It is what it is. That I'm not going to say that's not my cup of tea, but obviously that's slightly a learning curve. I'm not really sure about Linux, but I'm pretty sure it's probably better than having to deal with Microsoft Windows and all that bull crap of Windows 11. Henceforth, while I'm not upgrading right away. So again, I'm on Windows 10. I got an HP Z600. It's somewhat fairly old architecture at this point because I think I had this computer for probably close to a decade now. And I ain't gonna say I bought it bare bones or whatever, but I did upgrade it fully. It has 96 gigs of RAM. I know Reason is a low latency program. It doesn't require much RAM to use, but it has 96 gigs of RAM, 6 hard drives. Again, go search my IC Doc videos right here on YouTube, IC Doc videos, and you'll see how I put it together, the HPZ. The main drive got an SSD, all the other 5 drives in there are mechanical. So like I said, I don't want to upgrade, and it has the dual processors in there, dual Xenon 3.6 gigahertz processors. What is it, the X5675s or whatever it is? Them old, I think, what are they, Westmere, a 6-core. So, it's time to upgrade in that sense. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because Reason 12 served me well on this machine. Didn't have any problems, no glitches. Reason 14 seems to run no problem. Seems to run no problem on it. So, I don't want to upgrade if I don't have to. But a conclusion I think I came to, instead of maybe getting a newer model, like HPZ or whatever type new computer, is pretty much do the same thing I did in the IC Doc video. Is just re-upgrade this HPZ 600. Even though it sort of can't run the Windows 11 because of the TPM issues, but I see the workarounds on that already. So I'm going to give it to close to like maybe Black Friday and towards the end of the year when things go on sale. And then, like I said, I'm going to either spend the money to pretty much SSD this machine out, get a better graphics card than this Quattro 4K that I got in here, which, it's doing the job. It's not a problem using, the monitor with Reason. It's no issues. You know what I mean? And obviously upgrade the monitor too, because, this monitor only does, I think it's 2K. This monitor does right here. So it's like, I don't really need a new monitor for better resolution. It just is what it is. So it's really, Microsoft Windows forcing us to do these upgrades, man. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So again, I got dual processor, HPZ 600 C2, by the way, version 2. That means I got the last gen motherboard on this one. So HPZ 600 C2 generation 2. It has dual processors in it, the X5675, I believe it is, which is a 6-core processor. I don't have hyper-threading on it because it ain't no need for that. It is what it is. And like I said, it got 6 processors in it. I mean, 6 hard drives in it. 96 gigs of RAM, dual processor. It served me well all these years. But obviously, it's just obviously more or less time to upgrade. But like I said, if I source the parts like I did in the IC Doc video, more or less I'll come off with some pretty decent SSDs, try to come off with some Samsung ones, try to, each of the my sample library drives, which is 4 drives. I'm gonna try to get terabyte SSDs for those. I think it'll, obviously help it load better. The other thing this Z can do is you could load an M.2 drive into the PCIe slots here and have it as a drive where you can store programs and shit like that on there. Just go to Shout out to Green PC Gamers, greenpcgamers.com. Go over there, get you a older classic workstation, revamp it. You ain't got to buy a new PC because it ain't worth it, to be honest with you, especially with the tariffs. So like I said, I'm thinking about just upgrading this computer again and take it from there. And maybe I can hold on to it another couple more years. And then obviously, switch the current SSD that's inside of it as an HP, get like a Samsung or something like that, something better or new or whatever. Because I had that driving there for a while now too, a couple years. So obviously, again, Reason 14, nothing has changed. We may have new layout to the browser, which I'm gonna get to some of these things too. But the loading issue is an issue because I've haven't had Reason 14 installed for a while now. I've been playing with it, every day, every other day, and it just really hasn't been too much an issue with the loading of these patches and the samples. It just kind of happened today. I guess maybe because I've been using my computer to do a bunch of other stuff, and I just did a cleanup with the registry issues and everything. So by doing that, it could have wiped out, the indexing of Reason. But before I did that repair job with the registry and everything, it just wasn't loading, and it wasn't doing the circle thing of trying to index the samples. So again, like I said, I don't claim to be the expert Reason with that. You guys got to figure that out, because again, the whole purpose is when we turn this program on, is to instantly start creating. And as you see, again, the file folders are loading up, or it's loaded most of the files, or the folders rather, inside of the main sample folder. And as you see the samples M through Z, it's going to more or less pop up, but it's obviously, you see, nothing's popped up yet. Still indexing. And like I said, each folder is probably about 100 gigs a folder, give or take. 100 gigs a folder, give or take. And we shouldn't be sitting here waiting for this thing to index. Just shouldn't be doing that. It should be loaded already. And it's also the same thing with the VSTs. Like, Cubase kind of got that somewhat situated, I guess, with that plugin Sentinel. Like I said, go look up my old videos over here. Searching for samples part 1 through whatever it is. Cubase got some of this stuff on Smash. So, hey, again, Reason developers, don't be scared to reach out to another third-party company like Steinberg or ADSR and ask them, can you get some of them features of that sample manager? Because this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And like I said, let's go to the Reason library right here. And I'm going to go to the factory sound bank right here. And let's go over to, matter of fact, let's look at the all effect patches real quick to see if it loads up anything. Okay. So I don't like the way this looks right here. Where, again, back to the icons, the patch icons, you guys just got this plain effect symbol here. Like, stop, Reason. Put the combinator icon back here so it looks like something in these patches as you click them up and down. See what I'm saying? This looks very dull, unattractive. And as you see, this is the black dark interface too. So you would think if you left the color patches icons there, it would bring some life to this browser, man. A whole lot of life to the browser. I don't understand what was the initial issue, why that's something that's been in Reason since day one for the most part. You took it out, obviously, in version 13, because this didn't just happen in version 14. And I don't understand no one from the community said anything about that. I didn't see one video about that, because like I said, I skipped Reason 13. The extra instruments, unattractive. I don't care about that. I got a bunch of rack extensions and VSTs already that I could use. And obviously the whole purpose is I want to get to these samples, these 300, 400, 500 gigs of samples that I've been collecting for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Can never use a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you go watch my ADSR video, you know, hey, propeller head, you couldn't just implement this. I talked about that too. Hey, some of these samples, I have never heard them because I just didn't want to deal with the Reason browser throughout the years where it's like you're trying to search for a kick, you're trying to search for a pad, you're trying to search for this, you're looking for that. It's horrible, man. Doesn't load, doesn't find, it takes forever. Like the indexing, I don't understand the indexing issue. Reason this is such a problem. I don't think y'all understand it. And out of all the videos I've done, I know y'all saw it 7 years ago. That ADSR sample manager video. I know you saw it. I know you saw it. You know what I mean? And look, let me get out of here real quick, right? Let me go and get out of here. I'm gonna come back over here real quick, and I'm gonna get out of the read just for a second. I'm gonna just keep letting that index itself. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go over here to see if it's possible. I'm not sure if it's possible. Matter of fact, okay, I got the video loaded right here. While we over here chilling, let's see if we can watch our own video and take it from there. Hopefully it ain't gonna hurt to do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, we got it on the screen. Let me try moving this a little closer. And let's see, just put it there or whatever. And let's see, yeah. Okay, so let's look at this video right here. And I'm gonna just go on mute. And I will guarantee you by the time we come back, both of those sample, which is this video is about 10 minutes. You know, come check it out. Shout out to ADSR Propeller Head. Was this too much to ask for? So again, this video is 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ADSR again. Like I said, I didn't even know. Shout out to ADSR. I didn't even know you was even in the comments over here commenting, yo. So shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? But hey, ADSR, holla at Reason Studios, fam. They don't know what they doing, B. They don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. You know what I mean? They don't know what they're doing, yo. In this sense of taking care of the browser. So let's watch this video. I'm gonna put the microphone on mute. Go and hit this Blizzy real quick, and we're gonna still have to deal with this browser issue. So we'll be right back. You know what I mean? Everybody. Hands in the air. Now, everybody, put your hands in. Hey, what's up, everybody out there? It's your boy DjSegwon, and basically, I'm doing a quick review of this sample manager by ADSR. ADSR, pat yourselves on the back. This is outstanding plugin instrument right here, basically, and this is what I've been arguing about the whole time and ranting about Propeller Head, your browser, when it comes to searching for stuff, content criteria. Certain stuff is terrible. Is in the garbage. Is trash juice, man. ADSR comes up with the exact same, or comes with a solution rather to an argument that I've been did 4 videos on. 2 seconds, and they're giving it out for free, right here. Sample manager. Go ahead and look that up. ADSR.com.
adsr.com. Pretty sure you guys have bought a bunch of samples off their website before. But yeah, no argument, man. You got the tags right here, all your tags. This is the folders I've been always showing you guys too. The A through L, the M through Z. This is everything right here, man. Sorted out, EDM, footsteps, folk, hip hop, whatever it is you're looking for, man. And not only as when you're looking for samples or whatever the case be, it's giving you the BPM. Look at that. DJs, you guys need this, man. Remix producers like myself, this is what we need, man. Stuff like this to keep the workflow going, man. The workflow on Propellerhead Reason has been trash lately, man. Just being honest with you, has been put aside by Propellerhead. But you go over here to the computer and you can add your libraries. You can add as many libraries as I suppose. And it loads very fast. It loads all the samples in there within a blink of an eye, man. And like I said, I got maybe I think it's 100 gigs worth of samples on this computer or whatever the case be. But, split up between folders or whatever. So that's 50 gigs per sample. I think the A through L was like 40,000 samples or hits found. And the M through Z was like 33,000 or whatever the case be. Hits or samples found or whatever the case be. And, just go over here. Got your settings. And, autoplay, show, tooltips, send anonymous usage data. I usually don't do stuff like this, but I'm feeling this little plugin instrument and it's new and they're giving it out for free. So obviously this is a problem, man. I guess it's just not Propellerhead. Maybe Logic browser sucks. Maybe Pro Tools browser sucks for looking for samples in a specific way. Because I know Cubase, even with their media bay, it doesn't look for everything. It can only hold but so many samples. I think 100,000. And I think, like I said, I pulled up 70,000 just right here within two folders. So imagine all the people out there, they got these large sample folders,
Hey, Reason could have that problem where, like I said, I got all these samples and these two folders split up. It's like 100 gigs per folder. What is Reason's index limit? Because Cubase does have a limit, or they have one. Like I said, I haven't upgraded to Cubase 15. I'm still on 9.5. I don't have a reason to upgrade because I just use it for like mixing and mastering. And 9.5 is good enough still, where it could do all that stuff. But does Reason have an indexing limit on samples or a folder or per folder? And is the index limit for that folder? Because again, Steinberg Media Bay has a total limit. Last time I checked, and this was a while ago, I'll have to look at it again, of 100,000 samples, yo. Total. Like that's the most you could fit inside a Media Bay that it has indexed it on its own. So again, Reason, you guys got indexing issues with your browser, man, where it's very slow still. Like I said, I just did a slight cleanup on my computer where I was having an issue. I was live on our Black Community app and showing you the same thing. And it just started glitching. So I see Chrome updated all these other updates. Let me update real quick. Restarted the computer. Came over here to ScrewTube. Hey, what's going on? Restarted Reason again. Same issues. But let's finish this video up right here, though.
You're dealing with a DAW like Reason. You can't search for stuff. I come from the samples, man. I've been collecting for a long time. I had to leave the samples alone because look all the videos I did prior of the issues of having to look for samples and look for certain stuff. So this right here, ADSR, pat yourselves on the back again. I got some cookies or something for y'all. Let me know who to cut the check to because this is fire. No lie. Let's go back to tags right here. Other thing is too, not sure what I was looking at before right here. Acoustic. Turn that off. When you don't see the little pink dot next to anything, that means it's not being filtered. So that's the whole library right there. As you see, I can just scroll up and down, no problem. 2 seconds style, man. And just look for whatever. Same thing with the browser right here. This is basically an instrument, man, now. And it may be the dopest instrument to date because we got all these samples, man. And now we could just, bang, what is that? $1. Boom. 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 Oh, hold up. That was fire. That was fire. Didn't even know I had that. It's another thing too, man. A lot of these samples that you're hearing, I'm hearing them for the first time too, because I put away dealing with samples because of the Reason browser issue and just focused on creating my own stuff since, which I do that already and been doing that, but I come from the sample game. That's what I started on. A lot of people, shout out to people who had the PlayStation 2 or even the PlayStation 1 when the MTV music generator came out way back on the PlayStation 1. Come on now, that's what we started on, y'all. I didn't have studio equipment. I couldn't afford this shit back in the day. But you get better over time. That's it, man. Notice how I was putting the BPM. That's dope. That is dope. Got the tag of what the genre of sound is. I think I used that before. Sounds familiar, but anyway. Yeah, and you can, loops, one-shots. Let's put the loops back on. Yeah, that's dope. Didn't even know I had stuff like this, man. Never gave up on collecting samples, man. Also, other thing is, too, you see that sample loaded in there. Plays pretty good on the keyboard, man. Hear the pitch changing. This is an instrument now. Sample manager. Go get that, man. This is fire right here. Other thing is, too, with the arrows right here on your keyboard, basically what you could do, obviously, and just sample like I was doing. But say, for instance, let's see. I want to save this right here as my favorite. I just click to the right with the right arrow. And to unsave it, do the same thing. Right arrow. Saves it as a favorite. That is dope, man. ADSR, man. Let me know who I got to cut the check to, fam. Real talk. Let's go to another folder. Matter of fact, it was my favorite stuff. I love doing remixes. So what is that? Let's go to vocals. And look at that. Even tells me the amount of vocals I actually have. Over 2,000. When this pops up right here, it's just telling it's an error, yada yada, whatever the case be. But until I'm actually able to verify that sample and look it up manually, which you can do too. Obviously, that's it. I could just right click, show in folder, and it will come up in the folder somewhere. Actually, it's this folder right here. Yeah, it will come up in the folder, highlighted also. Can you trust yourself? Bang, let's right click, show in folder. Took me right to the folder. Can you trust yourself? It's right there. Let's do another one. Let's scroll down. Baby, come on. Right click. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Hit the button. Bang. Pops out right there. And that's the sample. So this is a dope little VST now. Let me know. I need to send that little dollar to, man. This is fire. Ain't no more talk from that one, man. Propeller head to get it together, man. DjSegwon out.
What if there was a song about young man, big dream, in the style of...
Yeah, real quick. Stop that real quick. And
in the middle of 2024.
Skip that real quick and let me come back over here. All right, so you saw the video right there, and let's just go on back over to Reason Studios right here for those that's been paying attention to this. So again, same issues 7 years later. The browser got the same issues, in my opinion. Like I said, hey, we took a 10, 20-minute break or whatever it was we just took, whatever how many minutes. If you look on the screen right here on the left-hand side, well, I just highlighted this sample folder. It's still indexing, yo. Let's see, can we at least see the folders from the M through Z sample folder? Okay, some of them showing up. Some of them showing up. Let's see if it pop up over here on the screen. I see it's a delay issue over here on the actual phone. So, yeah, you know, it showed up a little something, and it's just taking forever to index. So, you know, this is definitely an issue right here. Reason you got to get this thing like tighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this off the screen. You got to get it a lot more user ready, because it is already user friendly. You got to get it user ready. It's not user ready. The browser, not Reason as a whole, is the freaking browser. And it's like you don't care. And this is not a shot at Reason, because I say this all the time. It's y'all overseas companies in the East, because I'm in the West, the United States. Steinberg does the same thing. Y'all don't feel like you need to listen to your user base, especially over here in the West. Yo. It's like y'all don't even take our advice. I see that through the comments. Other users tag you, you never respond. It's like you should have a social media liaison to respond to these little social chats and be in the chats and want to come into the chat of these, you know, Facebook groups or wherever people are posting Reason stuff at, to see what the issues are. And yeah, we don't always want to call your tech support or email tech support. You guys take forever responding. You got a better chance of responding to us in these social media sites, because that right there is really like a community, no different than what is it? What do you got? A Combinator headquarters that's old, and there's a couple other Reason communities out there. I can't think off the head. Those things should be archived somewhere on Reason.com. Reason.com should just become a community. Get a community going, because you guys don't got that. You never had that either. I think that is a problem, because Steinberg got their own community, Ableton got a community, Magic got a community, and it's all integrated within the program. Reason don't got a community. Why we ain't got a community after 30 years of dealing with the same program, man? Something wrong with that. And again, as I speak to you, I think this is the farthest I can stretch the browser out without having to look at the sequencer. And that's the other thing. Is it possible? Can we just look at the browser and close the sequencer out? You know what I'm saying? That'll be dope. Just to get to some other things while this browser is just taking its time indexing. The tabs up here at the top. Reason is a modular program. You can move things around. Why can't we move the browser, the track panel, the mixer, the rack, and shift it around to our workflow liking? Shift it around to our workflow liking, because I think that's something that needs to be next in the next update. Forget creating new instruments. We don't need another VST. We don't need another rack extension right now. Reason. We need to focus on the stability of the browser, because this is the heart of any DAW. And our heart is just not acting right. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, you know what I mean? We need to get it correct, man. You know what I'm saying? Need to get it correct. So I'm on the M through Z folder, and that's still indexing, but I didn't see any new folders pop up here. Matter of fact, I don't even see. Is my MIDI folder here? Nah, matter of fact, is let's see. Well, it could be going in alphabetical order, but I don't see anything new that's popped up here. My computer, I'm looking on the side, checking the processor. It's kind of moving a little something, because it's indexing. You know what I mean? It's indexing, man. So it's like, this don't make sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just one of those scratch your heads type things, bro. It really is, man. You know what I mean? I should just be able to come in here, go through any one of these folders. It should just be there working already. And again, it's the same instance when you load any of these DAWs up. Gotta wait for the VSTs to load. Cubase's got the same issue. It's the same issue, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. But one thing for sure, with Reason browser, it's very slow compared to other DAWs. It is slow, 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 slow. Slow, 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 slow. Not just the indexing, but just still looking for certain stuff, in my opinion. And I haven't dove all the way into the tagging system because that's just another beast within itself. I haven't dove into that because that's a monster right there, the tagging system. And I did see a video that you guys did, Reason, where you could go to certain samples and alter the tagging information, the metadata. I think you guys need to holler at ADSR because that sample manager been doing that shit. Again, that ADSR video, 7 years old. And y'all haven't even come close 7 years later. The ADSR video, 7 years old, Propellerhead Reason Studios. And y'all haven't still come close 7 years later. So you don't know what you're doing. That's what this stuff falls down to. You don't know what you're doing, man. Got to get someone else, another developer to come in, step in, say, hey, I see the problem. You guys didn't know this. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, man. There's just nothing wrong with asking for help, yo. And I just don't think a lot of y'all overseas companies, you don't want to ask for help from another developer that's in the same class as you because you don't want to feel like you need a handout or a helping fucking hand. That's the dumbest shit ever. You know what I mean? Ask for help, man. Reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? Give them credit for helping. There's nothing wrong with that shit, right? The longer you take to do that, we're going to be here another 25 years until this browser get anywhere near right. I'll be an old ass man, yo. I want to make some beats with the samples and the sound packs I've been collecting and buying all these shits. Any reason. I don't want to have to come in and deal with the loading issues, the indexing issues. I don't want to deal with none of this stuff. Why does browser look so dull, Reason? The color is missing out of it. You took away the patch icons again. I don't understand why you even did that. That don't even make any sense. Just to give it to us back later in the update. It was there from Reason 1 all the way to Reason 12. Now we got to sit here and ask you for stuff back it's like, hold up a minute, man. What we paying you for and you taking stuff away versus adding on to it. You took away from the workflow just by taking those track icons, patch icons, you took away from that because that right there is something people use. At least I do. Use those track icon colors. Okay, that's a calm patch because when you're in different photos, you might get a refill where it's just different patches. I'm all looking at the same thing now. Again, let's look at this again. Let's go over here to the Reason library. This is the beat repeater. You know what I'm saying? Patches, the stock patches. It's just a FX symbol, yo. Come on, Reason. Like, for real, stop playing with us, man. Stop playing, bro. Let's go over here to the Dr. Octorex loops, right? There's another thing. Right here. Let's go to Keith LeBlanc. Why is it just like a stepping stone looking icon patch or whatever it is, bro? That's so dull looking and plain. And then you open up the Rex file to look at the samples. It's just some weird ass looking wave with no color. You mean you could tell me you couldn't paint that back red like you did the old patch icons and through all the reasons from 1 through 12, obviously, because I didn't upgrade to 13. I didn't upgrade. This don't make no sense. Let's go to Europa. Base patch. Why is it just like a IO looking type switch, bro? You feel what I'm saying? Why is this thing like an IO looking switch, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, what happened to the Europa icon? What happened to the Europa icon, Reason? You feel what I'm saying? This don't make sense, bro. You took away what was good in the program, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at some poly folder in the Europa. Same thing. Same thing, bro. Let's create it though. Let's create it. See what's going on. Okay, that loads up. Okay, we got some sound. Turn my thing up. Okay, we got some sound out of it. Well, what happened to the track icon? Still, because it's like I feel like we're just looking at like a blank template. That's what it looks like. You know, you design something, a dope drawing, a really great drawing you got here, Reason, but you didn't color it in yet. Got to find a colorist, man. You know what I'm saying? To come color the track patches back in and the icons and all this other stuff. I don't understand why y'all took that out in the first place. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Definitely don't get it. Definitely don't get it. So let's go back up here and knock these two out. Like I said, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know, those were long, like the track icon patches, like just to get to a point again. That's a long-standing feature in Reason. It's like you don't have a right to not have that in the program anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got to put that back because what the hell? Why even deal with Reason 14? You know what I mean? I'd rather go back to Reason 12. The browser is more appealing. It's easier on the eye. I don't know. This is hard to look at, bro. Even though the functionality works 1,000% better than Reason 12 or 11 or even 13, which I did wind up upgrading. I got Reason 13. I played with it for like a day or two, and then I got the email for Reason 14. So I ain't even get a chance to really make a beat in Reason 13, but I own it still. Skip that version. So it's like, hey, with this version 14 right here, Blender, Reason Studios, guys got a lot of work to do with this browser. Again, like I said, I think you could leave this thing just sitting here and it will still be indexing these folders months later, you know what I'm saying? Days later. Okay, look, we got some more folders up here. But look, as you see, or if you see, it's going from M all the way down to Z. So it just recently hit the ends. Just got to the ends. Letter N as in Nancy. So this is going to be sitting here for a minute. The samples A through L folder. Scrolling down. I guess all the folders popped up, but obviously you see that still circling too. So again, some of these folders got probably 1,000. I ain't gonna say like maybe. Well, yeah, some of them probably do got like 1,000 samples in here per folder or whatever. It's thousands upon thousands of samples in this one sample folder. The next one, M through Z, thousands, about 40,000 samples last time I checked it. And look, I did the checking back to just any basic computer folder program, manager program. I could just go to the Windows folder, go to the same folder, samples A through L, M through Z inside of the computer. And it will pull up and indexed already. It's already indexed. The computer knows it's there already. So I don't understand why, like, Reason don't understand that. I don't understand why Reason don't understand that. It don't make sense, bro. And like I said, if you go back to Reason 4, that's the last time, in my opinion, it really worked. Because I went from 4 to 6, 6.5, 6.5, whatever. And I think I had Reason 8. I'm not even sure. I might have had that version. No. Excuse me. I went from 6.5 to straight to 9, I believe, and then went on from there. So again, the last time, in my opinion, that this thing really worked, the browser, was all the way back in Reason 4. The last time the browser worked was all the way back in Reason 4. It don't work, man. And like I said, I've been playing with it for a few days. It could have just been on me because I had to do a little registry clean on computer. So it probably knocked the indexing out. I don't know, personally. You know what I'm saying? Computer been acting up because I've been doing a lot of sharing and copying and pasting, leaving it on, all this other stuff. So, need to clean it. This is unacceptable still with the browser because it's just taking forever to index these folders. Again, I want to just come straight in here, come straight through my N through Z folder. Okay, we made it down to the Q's. We made it to the Q's. We're getting there. We're getting there. You know what I'm saying? Made it down to the Q's and see, look, the little shuffle right here, the little track mover. You know what I'm saying? It is moving, getting these folders indexed. It is getting there. So I'm looking at my processor browser again. I don't got any other programs open except for Chrome to stream this YouTube. Don't got any other programs open other than to stream this YouTube right now. So, again, hey, Reason is it's never the rant or point the finger. But again, it's like, hey, come on already. That's just really what it fall down to. Come on already, yo. We got too many years in on this shit, yo. Where it's like some of the features that are in other DAWs. I understand the complaints from other users. I understand the complaints in these comment sections. It ain't right, Reason. You know what I'm saying? And again, my opinion on it is, I'm just giving my humble opinion. Y'all don't want to ask for help. This is the other reason why the person who just bought Reason and turned it into Reason Studios, you see that didn't last very long because it's like you I guess we could give you the credit that you might have understood this thing ain't working out, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. Who knows? Who was the investor? Somebody write in the comment section. Who bought Reason Studios? I don't even know their name, other than them changing the name to Reason Studios. We don't know these people, bro. But shout out to Landa. We know them folks over there. Shout out to Landa. You know what I mean? For stepping in, acquiring Reason. Hopefully now we'll get a lot of the features we have been asking for, and we see it came very, very quick. Henceforth, why I pulled the trigger and did the upgrade. Because again, I skipped 13, Lander. Reason Studios, I skipped it. I'm not dealing with, I don't care about the new racks. And I love Polytone already. I love it. This is my new favorite shit. Shout out to Matthias. You're right. This is my new favorite shit, bro. This is my new favorite rack. It is. You know what I'm saying? I love the sounds coming from it. And I ain't even get through all the patches on it or tweak it myself. But just straight out the box, thumbs up, fam. You did a great job on that Polytone, but whatever with it. If you didn't create it, whatever. I would rather had y'all spent that time focusing, trying to repair this browser. Because for so long, it has been horrible, yo. For so long, it has been horrible. Let me sit up. I'm over here slumping in my chair. It has been horrible. Okay, the game back on too. You know what I'm saying? Let's go Knicks, man. Let's get this championship, man. We already won that Emirates Cup. Let's get this world. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. Again, we're still indexing. Let's go back and see if we go back, see if we got some more. Okay. We made it down to the S's. Seemed like the M through Z folder going to maybe process a little. Well, I ain't going to say faster now because the A through L folder already been processed throughout the letters. So that's already there. M through Z got a lot of shit because this one folder right here, where we at? The 500,000 mini files. That thing got 500,000 files in there, all MIDI, Straight up for sure. You know what I mean? TV show jingles, TV show classic songs, movie soundtracks, all that shit. So shout out to that. You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, a lot of these folders that you see right here, I never got into to hear a lot of these sound packs and folders that I've been collecting for well over 20 years, bro. Because look, I graduated school in 05, 06 or whatever, and I was collecting samples even before that. I got shit on CD like when the computer music magazines used to be out, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? You just go in certain stores or certain catalogs, you will buy sound packs from the catalog. There was no we didn't have Cymatic, Steven Drew. We didn't have Luke Cloud, all that other shit. That shit didn't exist, bro. You had to go to the Barnes and Noble and get a magazine. You know what I'm saying? You get the sound pack. Nobody was selling sound packs. All this shit is brand new, family. Don't let it fool you, man. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, I don't really like paying for shit because I understand a lot of the shit. It ain't new. We've been doing this shit, you know what I mean? It ain't new. So again, you know, my gripe reason, and not to have this shit be some long ass video, because you know, we could just sit here and smoke a bone and talk about the browser by itself. You guys got to get this stuff together, man. Get the browser together, yo. Get it together, man. Other thing is too, again, like I said, just to give my input on Reason, because I feel like I'm a part of this infrastructure, this protocol, this program. Right here at the top, you know, you got the rack, you got the mixer, you got the track panel, you got the devices, you know what I'm saying? The edit area, keys, groove, flip the rack, you know what I'm saying? This stuff needs to be modular where I could hold it down or maybe go inside of the settings somewhere and try to find a way to move those icons around just for workflow purposes. The other thing is too, you should have done just to take some of this stuff off, right? Get it? Take some of this stuff off. The other thing, and go back to the browser because that's our focus. You know what I mean? Stay on the browser. That's our focus. The other thing you should have, I feel, when it comes to the workflow Reason, is the short command or key commands. So I think you should have just redid, like right here, you know, F3 is to show the devices, you know, F5, that's the mixer, F6 is the rack, again, F7 is the sequencer, and F8 is the, what you call it, the edit window, and then F9 is back to the browser. You know, I think that should have been switched up, or be able to switch it up, because that's possible. You know, those options and protocols and technology, that stuff existed in like Cubase LE, where you could Marco or whatever the program how you want it and modulate it. So it's like, I don't know what the hell Ernest and them was doing all these years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like what was y'all doing all these years to not have this shit modernized already, man? And it's like, I shouldn't be here doing no video talking about that. We should be getting on to the money, man. Shouldn't be doing no video about talking about it. And look, this is like the 8th, 9th video specifically I've done specifically strictly on the browser. Nothing else I've done in Reason in that sense. And not to say I ain't got no other videos talking about Reason. My main claim to fame with Reason is talking about the browser. And yeah, and shout out to Bolo, the producer, Ab McGree. Shout out to y'all. We see y'all talking about Reason again. We don't want to hear you say our word no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear y'all say Reason 14 because you ain't been showing us no love all this time. All this time, y'all been so quiet about the rack. Yeah, that's whack. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the producer community. For all y'all that's talking about Reason and hopping back on the bandwagon. We never left, some of us. We have stood here and deal with the ridicule after ridicule from you Ableton users, you Ableton jokers, choke your ass. You know what I'm saying? Logic and the Pro Tools, or Reason, All right, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Now we're about to be number one again. We used to be number 10, now we number one. You know what I'm saying? Back to the grind, man. All right, so let's see where we at with the lettering on our M3Z folder. Let's see what we got at so far. All right, we only made it down to the S's. We made it down to the S. You know what I mean? And look, let's see. Did it index the Sonic Boom Fairlight samples? Well, no, that's actually this. Do I got those? Okay, let's go. Let's see. Is something in the brass? Let's go down. And like I said, I haven't heard a lot of these samples because I had to move on because of the way the browser has just been acting all these versions of Reason since 4. So from 4 to 14, 10 versions. You know what I'm saying? And the browser has been the same way, yo. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed, man. It's taking forever to index. And look, I haven't gotten to the get a sip of water. I haven't gotten to really trying to go into the search criteria and say, hey, look, I see you guys got the all location now. So if I were to go search for pads or kicks, is it going to pull up everything sample wise from all the sub third party folders? We're going to have to find out. So, hey, pull up a chair, get you a drink. You know what I'm saying? We're about to be here for a minute. Mm-hmm. We're about to be here for a minute. Mm-hmm. Let's do another refresh on this thing. See what happened. Okay, we made it down to the V's. Vince Clark. I see we got some Rex files up in here. Oh, go back. Go back. Hold up. Go back. Okay, see we got some Rex files up in here. Again, same thing. Reason. Why did you take the patch icons out? This whole browser just looks really dog, colorless. You know, it's looking like the Addams family up in here, man. You know what I mean? What's up, Wednesday? How you doing, sister? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vince Clark, too, man. Whoever you are, Vince, you done put in a lot of work through the years of Reason. Got a lot of Rex files and folders out there and sample packs. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to you, yo. Hardly heard any of these samples and Rex files through the years. Wow. Just don't want to deal with it, and just really got into like, you know, learning how to use synths on my own and everything, which is good too. But this is what I like, yo. Just going through these samples, picking ones that I like, shifting it straight to the sequencer. We making magic, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of hard. Hold on. Oh, that's so 80s right there. And look, okay. So back to the ADSR video, right? The one thing that sample manager could do, and this is what I don't understand why y'all not thinking of this stuff, Reason. This is why y'all gotta ask for help. So I'm over here using the just to point down a little bit right here. Let's see. Hopefully y'all can see it right here. Let me. It's a little delay in the video. Just using the arrow keys right here. You know what I'm saying? See if I can get it over here. Right here. Just using the arrow keys. You can see my finger over here. See, got it. Matter of fact, let's go over like this just to hold it. So just using the arrow keys. You know what I mean? So I gotta go down again with it. Just using the basic arrow keys. I see this thing acting up. It's a delay in the video. It's all right. It's all right. But just using the basic arrow keys, you know what I'm saying? Let's fold it back up right here. This little camera got a gooseneck thing on it. I like this little Logitech because it could just, you know, it could just fold up high, fold up. So shout out to Logitech. Make dope stuff for years. So, you know, come back down a little bit. So, let's see, do I got myself in the frame? Do I got myself in the frame? All right, that's good. Let me just try to move the camera back over from that light a little bit. So again, you know, I don't want to use the browser, man, because, you know, this index is taking forever. Like I said, I don't know if I knock something out doing a clean with the registry. Most likely that's probably what it is, because I believe it was indexed a few days ago. I didn't have any problems with it because I made like 2 beats. Search, you know, just the same type setup. You see it right here. The browser open and the sequencer open. That's it. You know what I mean? Made the same style beats. You know what I mean? Or made beats the same way, rather, where just those 2 things are open. But again, you know, my issue with you, Reason, is like, hey, this is something that should have been nipped in the bud a long time ago. This is not a shot at Lander, the new owners, but it is a warning moving forward. Hey, look. Go look at these old videos I did from well over, talking 7 years now. This has been a long-standing issue with the browser. It's a long-standing issue, you know, and I just don't think, y'all listening, but you're not understanding either, I think. And the reason why I say that, because I've said this before in these other searching for sample videos, I've said this before. I don't think the people at Reason have large sample folders and a large VST library. Because if they did, or if you guys did rather, you would have been understood that this is a long-standing issue. And look, you got to go at least 9.5 moving forward when y'all implemented VST. We could just do that moving forward. So that's the only reason for a little bit of earnest from Propeller Heads. Shout out to you, bro. You created a dope thing. I've been a user for 30 years, so there's no shade, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't know what to do with it anymore. That's how it is. I'm at that point too, Ernest. If you ever hear this video and see this shit, I got a company, been at it for 30 years. I don't feel like I don't need to be the owner anymore. I just kind of want to do the work. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the responsibility, because it's like, it's not that I'm not reinventing the business or there's nothing new under the sun. I'm getting older, man. It's time to pass it on or move along. Excuse me, and go do something else. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get this fan off of me. That's the reason why my voice dropped. This fan. That fan off right there. Much better, man. Much better, man. Hey, yeah, I know y'all going through temperature swings throughout the country, probably throughout the world. It was probably well over 90 degrees in this piece today, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Well over that, you know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated. So again, you know, I see that it stopped indexing. I guess it's indexing these other folders, my kite beats, in the import dump files folder, which, Okay, the import dump files folder. I believe this doesn't need to be there. Just remove that one. Bang. Okay, so that more or less what it was too right there, because that import dump files folder, that's my like download drive, and that shit got a lot of shit in it. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back over here again. And okay, let's see. Because it stopped indexing. You know what I mean? It stopped indexing since I got rid of that one thing right there. Let's see what all the folders is here. Okay, we here. So again, that could have been on me. Like I said, having to do some registry clean to the computer. But we're going to still find that out right here. Because I tried doing some searching with the all locations and it didn't come up. So again, I'm just testing out 14. I came late with the beta. I skipped 13. I'm just trying to figure this out right here. Okay, so right there, when I click the all locations, see how I just start indexing again the refills folder. So I'm not tripping. And look, it's obviously not done indexing the sample folders either, because those have stopped. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping. The all locations folder, that's just going crazy trying to index all of it, all the folders. You know what I'm saying? That more or less. See, go to settings, browsing, low default sound, use side panel browser, new songs, open song starter. Hold up, because I did see a little folders. You know what you guys might have to do, Reason? Is go into your folders or your settings and use that, because that's the way Cubase has it set up, I believe. Similar to how we had the VST plugin folders, you might have to do that with the samples too, because again, it's okay. Stop, but it's taking forever. You know what I'm saying? So if I just want to turn this thing on and come straight into it, you know what I'm saying? Again, let's go back to the all locations right here again. Let's go right here to all locations. I'm in the browser. All locations. All types. See, it's a delay in the system. I'm looking over. My process is going a little. I mean, it's not going haywire, but it's on. It's on. Look at it again. Yeah, it's still blinking. You know what I mean? So it just got done processing all and re-indexing, all my libraries or whatever the case would be. That's the all location. So again, let me go to the sample M through Z. And again, just to pull up some regular samples. See if we can put something up. Okay, I think there's an issue with the arrow keys, because I just clicked on one thing and it went to something else. It's pop rock. Let's try that. Oop, go back. Oh, that was a lander sound right there. Stay in there. Oh my God. Woo. Sound good out the box, Lander. Let's go. And look, these are my sample folder. Don't ask me what. Look, it says Shroom drums from another planet. I don't know where I got them from, but shout out to y'all. Ooh, that's hard. That's hard right there. And look, hey, Reason, similar to the ADSR, with the arrow keys, or even if I use the mouse to double tap the sample, it should just play again without having to scroll up and down to play break 5 right there, or use the arrow keys left and right to hit like as a repeat button. There's nothing there for that. You know what I mean? To have it repetitive, and that just should be an option right here. I shouldn't have to keep clicking the play button and then it go off. Like, is there a loop feature for this? There's an auto feature to auto play it, but where's the loop feature for the sample? If I just want to sit here and just listen to that loop, should I have to keep hitting the button? You know what I mean? That's hard though, right there. That's hard. That's nice right there. Ooh, ooh, that drum roll was hard. And see, look, I just want to keep listening to it. I can hear it. I like that, you know what I mean? Sound like the Cypress Hill right there in the beginning. Shout out to that. What I'm going to do right now, right? What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to quit Reason. Don't save. And I'm going to just open it back up again. And let's knock this out right here so we just come back to me. And I'm going to just open up Reason again on its own just to make sure we're not having the same file indexing issues. Just to make sure. And I want to see, will it allow me to, no, this is not there yet. It's slow enough. Oh, there it go. There it go, right there. Window, Reason, sound, boom. Let's see. Nah, it's not going to show the thing right now. It's not going to show it until it loads up. So let's let it load up. Hold on, let's go back. Yeah, give it a second. It should be loading up. So in the meantime, let's. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming. It'll load up in a second. Just give it a second. Again, you know, searching for these VSTs. I got a ton of VSTs on the computer. Okay, that was pretty quick. It loaded up pretty quick right there. Let's go back. Well, come on now. Oh, it's not showing. Hold on, let me cancel this. Try opening it up again. No, I'm not getting no hits on it. Let's see, just to put a track there. Now my screen tab not showing up here. What's good, YouTube? Got community app. Cancel. I wonder would this thing let me refresh the whole window? Probably not. See, cancel again. Just let me see the other tabs, but not Reason now. Let me close it out again, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me try closing it out again. No, don't save. Let me try closing it out again. Yeah, give it a second. Maybe because I hit the share screen button too early. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is version 14 0D381 build 2109. Stable channel. Yeah, it is stable for the most part, but definitely need to get that browser situated a lot more. You know, we could sit here and talk about the browser all day, family. Let this thing load up real quick. Still not letting me do it. me see. Try to minimize this thing. I'll increase it just to see. Still no tab window, man, from the YouTube tab. Let me see if I can refresh this live, yo. Hopefully it'll let me come back in here. It is what it is. Okay, hopefully it put us back in the mix. Let's see if I can go over here now. Nah, still not letting Reason load up, man. Not really sure what it is, man. Come on, YouTube. What's really good, man? Could be Chrome. I just updated this browser. You know, Chrome, but just always got issues with Chrome, man. It's just always something with Chrome. I think what I'm going to try to do again is put the YouTube app back on this computer and just try to start going live from there. Obviously, you guys can still hear me or whatever out there, but for whatever reason, it's not. Matter of fact, let me close Chrome out. I'll be back, as the Terminator says. Hopefully, this works. All right, it is what it is. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Let me try closing it out. Why is it not closing out the whole thing? Yes, I want to just close it. Leave. It's not even closing the live. Chrome has issues, man. Google refused to get their shit together too, man. It's another program. Get your shit together, because I can't even access the damn the Google page, man. Discard that, man. It's like, I don't get it. Hopefully this fixes it, bro. All right, we popped back in here, man, but for whatever reason, it's still not letting me capture this thing, bro. Hold up. Window. There we go. Okay, we back. We back. We got it back on. Damn. Had to restart Chrome, man. Like completely restarted, yo. Yeah, that needs to be like, you know, these companies, they don't work together either. Hopefully y'all can hear me out there. Mic check 1 2 1 2. They don't work together either to make this stuff easier for us. So it is what it is with that too, man. You know, you're always stuck with the third party BS. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. You know what I mean? But let's go back over here to Reason real quick again. And obviously we on the phone over here. It is what it is. So I just restarted it, and I'm gonna knock the devices out, track panel out. I'm gonna go to the browser right here. And okay, I guess the indexing is good now, where it indexed all the folders. So it could have been me just having to do that registry issue, and it had to re-index all the folders again from shortcuts. I'm not even sure how my G drive became a shortcut up in here too. That's crazy. I would never put that as a shortcut because it got too many folders in there. And then it's really just a download drive folder where it's like a terabyte drive with like half a terabyte worth of stuff up there. So obviously it must have been indexing that. I didn't even notice that right there. And it within it. And look, the reason you don't notice it, again, because this browser is so damn dull, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got no color to it. I feel like I'm looking at the same thing over and over again. Everything is very bland and just blah. It's just blah. You know what I'm saying? No nothing to it. I don't understand how the hell you could look at this browser anymore, especially now with the dark mode. Like y'all didn't like. I don't. Let me just say this too. Y'all beta testers, right? You mean to tell me you so busy testing, like to see if this shit works or not, that you're not looking at the aesthetics of this shit? A reason y'all got to get some better dedicated beta testers that's like maybe for hire, some real users that like was going like me myself who have done videos on this stuff. Pay me to tell you this shit look crazy, bro. This look whack, man. This needs to be overhauled. It's not. It's unappealing. It's unattractive looking, man. It ain't got no color to it. I'm looking at the same thing. This is very hard on the eye. I know you see 4 eyes here. Only one work, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I got the other two up here to help this one. You feel what I'm saying? Because this one ain't working right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you think I want to say, hey, look at this dull ass screen? And then you got these dull as icon patches there. They all look the same. I'm looking at the same thing all day, every day. At least reason, but prior, from verses 1 through 12, had them patch icons in there. You could differentiate what patch is what device. You could tell the difference of what patch is what device. So just because, again, if I'm over here in the let's go to the Reason Library or whatever. Go to Reason Factory Sound Bank. Right here. Everything looks the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to scroll down. Let's go to NN19 patches. Looks the same. Just IO, power on and off. IO icon. Power switch icon. That's y'all claim to fame right there. The reason after having it one way all these years, you switched it to this BS. It's like, come on, man. This is not even a complaint or a vent in that sense. This is like, hold up a minute. You taking away what was already there. You taking away what was already there. Let's look at the rhythmic patch. Same thing. You just got the patch the same way. This looks so stupid, bro. And look, I didn't upgrade to Reason 13. But I understand now why so many people were in like these communities complaining about the browser. Complaining about the browser. Reason. Hey, Lander, I know you guys just got here. Welcome to the club, fam. You feel what I'm saying? You got to fix this shit, B. You know what I'm saying? Because this is 25 years still bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. It's basura. Look, you got me talking Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Basura. You know what I'm saying? It's trash, bro. Looking at the same thing, bro. And then, obviously, the indexing is still an issue. The VST loading is still an issue in the sense of loading this program up. Why does it have to be like that with these DAWs? It should just be able to turn this thing on and get the stomping on it. Can't do that, bro. So, again, like I said, I'm just upgrading to Reason 14. This is not even so much a rant video about the browser. This is just, hey, moving forward, these are the issues we got, and we need to handle those, Lander. Reason, these are the issues. This is how we handle it. We're going to start by putting the patch icons back inside of the DAW. Let's start there. Other thing is, too, put some color behind the browser. And I think that's really what's missing with it right now is you guys took the patch icons out. It's colorless. You guys got this nice black dark mode. Looks great. I'm not even going back to the light mode anymore. It's over. Strictly black. We black. Reason we black. You know what I'm saying? Blackity black. You know what I mean? We ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this browser is hard as hell on the eyes, bro. I don't understand why no one in 13 that was doing beta testing then said anything back then. And if it was said, what the hell taking so long to put it back color mode, yo? And look, Reason 13 came out what, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago? Whatever. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. So y'all had 3 years to get it right. You know what I'm saying? 4 years, I think. I think it came out in 2022, something like that. You had 4 or 5 years to get it right. You know what I mean? Crickets, bro. So it's like this don't make sense. And me, as a long-time user, spending my money again on this upgrade, not impressed, man. Still got problems, B. Because you took away what I actually liked about the browser. Look at the patch icons. You know what I'm saying? You might come into a folder where it's mixed up patches in there from refills and stuff like that. You could differentiate. Now you're just looking at the same thing, so you don't know what you're really looking at, even if you look at the name right here, Rhythmic Drum Machine. I'm looking in the folder, but can y'all do something with the colorization of this stuff? Because it's just like really dull looking. It's really dull looking, man. You know what I mean? Let's go to the Thor patches. Same thing. Signature patch. And look, I don't know if this is something which I highly doubt that needed to be done just to upgrade the program. You mean to tell me it worked all this time and all of a sudden it don't work? Is you wanted to you had to sacrifice the patch icons to put the track panel there? Like that's what y'all had to do, reason and shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to sacrifice the patch icons to put the track panel right here. You know what I'm saying? Which I love this thing. Shout out to y'all for this, man. Because this is like I never gotta leave the rack again. I mean, I never have to go to the rack. It's pretty much over. You know what I'm saying? And look, I got my little Nectar LX61 Plus. I felt like I haven't really been getting any real use out of this thing since I bought it day one. I bought this keyboard LX61 Plus, the Nectar, when it first came out. And I mainly wanted it for this exact reason of the track panel. You know, I felt like the controls finally, the DAW integration of the controller, it works for some reason better now since this upgrade. So whatever the Reason has done, Orlando has done to implement better MIDI implementation with the controller, kudos. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? But this browser, I'm never gonna stop talking to y'all about this, man. I ain't gonna never, ever stop. I see that. It ain't right, man. It ain't right. So it's some things y'all need to get right in here, but a lot of stuff that y'all did get right. So, beggars can't be choosy as they say, Even I wanted this track panel stuff and a lot of the features that we are getting now. Yes, this is a long time standing, man, but it should have been here 10 years ago, man. Reason, just to be honest with you, man. Just to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Let me come back over here to see where we at over in this DAW. So, like I said, I'm gonna probably just end this live right here and go and watch the rest of this basketball game that we got on the TV, and try to just really fuck with this Reason Studios over here to see what's going on. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is not a rant video. Sucks that I went over an hour with this thing. I don't even like going over an hour. Talking about what we've been talking about all this time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I'm liking all the new stuff. And look, let me try this real quick. Let's go to the all locations, right? And you see it ain't indexing anything. So I'm gonna just go over here to the search criteria, right? And I'm gonna type in kick. Now, this is obviously not every kick. You feel what I'm saying? In all locations. There's no way that does that. And now look, okay, I see it's indexing now to find all the kicks. Okay, here we go. Maybe I was talking shit a little bit too early, Reason. Maybe I was talking shit, my bad. Okay, see, this is how I used to work in Reason 4. You typed in the name and everything just came up. But even back then, like now, I just typed in kicks and you see all this stuff coming up. Let me get rid of the track panel so you can see this a little better and open this up. Everything is coming up. Rex files, regular wave files, MIDI files. You feel what I'm saying? This is how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And this thing is still indexing. So obviously it's going to be looking. And as you see the spacer bar, if you keep your eye on it right here on the side where my arrow's at, you're going to see from where I got my arrow at. Let's put it up. See, it's jumping up. So that's good. That means it's looking for everything. It's looking for everything that has the name kick that's indexed under kick. And look, just to get to it as an idea reason, excuse me, because we got to always come to a solution or come with a solution. Similar to the ADSR, won't you make a rack extension that's connected to the browser? You feel what I'm saying? And maybe that will help with the indexing. Because if you could index the stuff into like an instrument style setting, like ADSR, yeah, I mean, you're making all these other rack extensions. Why not, bro? You know what I mean? You're making all these other rack extensions. Okay, so again, I'm in the all locations folder. I just typed in kick. And this thing is still doing the spin mode, doing its best twirl, you know what I mean? and it's still obviously looking for everything to kick. And like I said, between my 2 sample folders, it's probably close to about 80,000 or more samples in there. So how many samples do I got that are just kicks? You know, that's what really need to be index reason. How many snares I got, stuff like that. Which the ADSR, back if you look at that video again, it tell you, hey, I got 2,000 vocal samples here in this folder. I got 150 pads or whatever right here. So you guys are you haven't gotten there yet with that. And just let me see if I can scroll over. No, it doesn't allow you to scroll over. So I'm trying to think, is there more like options over here? I don't see a scroll button over here on mine. Unless I'm tripping, maybe it ain't there. Is there supposed to be a scroll button reason? Because I'm zoomed all the way in on, let's see. Yeah, it's the tempo. This is supposed to be something over here in the corner. Okay, so shout out to that. That only took maybe about a minute or two as we were talking, maybe 3 minutes, whatever, how we were talking from the time we typed in kick, maybe even 4, I was talking. And it indexed or found all the kicks. But it's not giving me, like I said, a total number of kicks that I have. But the one thing we can say, it does work in the sense that it loaded up all the kicks for the most part that we know of that is on the computer in these particular folders that we got in the shortcuts and in the locations and yada yada. And it has filtered it properly, or we can filter it like right here with the kind. And we can just go, alphabetical order, strictly WAV files, strictly AF files, AIFF, Apple, or whatever. We can go to the parent folder, the tempo, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can get the tempo up in there. Right here, we in the 84s, right here. That's nice right there. Ooh. Kick that push. You see, like some of these, like these waves right here, some of them it's not playing. I don't know what my vocals got a little echoey right there. Some of them is just not playing right. I don't know, what is this? SD Aurora, SD Hammer Wave. It must be a corrupted file. Or not even say it is corrupted, but I see there's no real metadata looking in there. Yeah, it doesn't have a resolution. It doesn't have a tempo in it. Some of these Aurora files right here, I'm not sure. And I see there's no length on them. I'm not sure what those, as far as like it could be a corrupt file or something. Let's see. Show in File Explorer. Hold on, go back. Show in Explorer. Categories, multi-several percussion, user tags, edit info, category. Okay, so it opened up. Show and Explorer. It's supposed to open up the actual Windows Explorer. Is it open? No, it's not. Oh, there you go. It's coming in late. Like I said, is Reason always have this like weird delay issue. Not really ever sure what it is. One shot drums. SD Aurora sample pack. SD Aurora sample pack. Okay, I see the issue. Some of these things are Mac OS X. That's the problem. Some of them are Mac OS X. You know what I mean? So just get rid of that folder right there, and hopefully those will be gone. So okay, anything that got zeros in length, that's easy to figure out. It's more or less a Mac file. It's more or less a Mac file. So let's go back to see if we can just tab back over here. Okay. So anything with a length in it that has 0, it's a Mac file, give or take. And explore, so explore, show and folder. Okay, they do got a difference. Show and folder, show and explore. Okay, I know you guys can't see the other pop-up window I'm over here with. Back. Yeah, okay. These are Mac files that got tied in with the same thing. So that's good to know right there. And I guess it'll be the opposite if you're on a Mac. And look, the reason, if you can see it, is indexing again. So it's re-indexing the folders. So that's good right there. That's good. It's re-indexing the folders. Hold on, let's go back. I went too far over. Did I leave? Okay, let's go back to the kicks. Folder not found. Okay, I guess it got deleted. So let's see, stay with the length. And I think all of them got deleted. I think that got deleted. Let's try these right here. These look different. Supposed to, and I think you guys need to get this right too. The pop-up window when you right click on the sample, show in folder, show in explorer. I think that's like a mix-up because when I click show in folder, it's taking me to the actual folder. That's in, the folder itself that the sound of sample is in, but it's really supposed to take you to the explorer folder. So even though you guys got the same option there, for some reason it seems to be an issue. Hold on, let's go back to that same kick right here. I'm gonna pick a different one, as a matter of fact, just to show it as an example. The solid disk kick, wet, right there. I'm gonna choose show and explore and see if okay, it is working. So I know you guys can't see this. So the explorer window, which is the computer folder window, it did pop up. And let's see, is it the same situation I'm having where these could be, some of these could be files. Mac OS X. I don't see anything that says that, even though it says 0 right there. What is that? SD snare. Working on it. Okay, yeah, I see what the problem is. So wave right here. Wave. It seems that this same folder has the regular PC and Mac samples in it at the same time. Hold on, let me see something real quick. That's crazy. That's a wave and it say 0 and it say girthy, and it's the same one. Girthy right here. It say size 400 kilobits. Hold up, girthy right here. And this one say 80, but it ain't no length on it though. So which one is what? You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see if I can knock that out, and then go back here again, show and explore. Okay, it's pulling up the same folder. I know you guys can't see this. It's pulling up the same folder, but it seems like everything is stuck in the same folder. Okay, I'm going to erase the ones that don't got no name on the side of it from a contributing artist. Those are obviously the Mac ones, yo. It has to be, and it's the same thing. Let's go out of there. Okay, I see my folders are still indexing on the side. Okay, so now that I highlighted the same samples that are actually erased, it doesn't show or allow you to highlight it in the folder anymore or the Explorer. So that's actually good, that lets you know that it's pretty much gone. And obviously, again, right here, these samples folder and the samples M through Z folder, it's obviously re-indexing itself, which is good. You don't have to tell it to do that. So yeah, we're coming along, Reason, man. We're coming along, man. We're definitely coming along. Okay, I don't see it. And look, that doesn't negate, because I think these right here, let's see, say length. Well, those are MIDI files. Okay, those are MIDI file. Yeah, I'm going to say anything that got the length thing on it. It's definitely Mac. I see some ones that got length up there, but it's what you call it. SD alias. Yeah, so hopefully that's gone right there with the length. Let me just scroll through it real quick. I don't see anything. Go back. Go back. Okay, so again, like right here is an example with the icon track patches. So you see right here, I got a sample. Got a sample right there, right? And then the next one down is a patch, a combinator patch. But unless you like really looking at this thing up close, it's no really difference of the symbol shape, because it's an octagon, almost like looking shape, both of them. Well, I guess the wave is the octagon, and the patch looks like a diamond, but not really. It's like the same thing, man, with just a symbol inside of it. It ain't got no color into it. You can't really decipher the difference of it. It all looks the same to me. You feel what I'm saying? Even though we can see there's the difference in the icon of the wave and the one little squiggly line right there inside of the combinator patch file. So it's like, this ain't gonna work, Reason. Lander, you guys got to put color back in this thing, because this looks very dull and it's hard to look at with the black background now. It probably work better if you put it on the light mode. But obviously, like we said, we ain't going back. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm going to click out of this kick search and let it go back to the all types and the locations. And see, this thing is obviously indexing both folders again. And I know I got some refills that have the Mac refill as well as the regular one, or as a dual refill, because Reason tells you that. So I'm gonna have to go through my refill folder right here too, and really go through that. All right, so since we all on the all location, let's check out one of these tags right here to see if we just pull up something punchy right here. Let's see what Punchy got. Just by tapping the tag, and it put it in the highlight search right here. Okay, I'm not seeing too many samples with the with like a name Punchy, but obviously it's bringing up bass drums and stuff like that. So that is Punchy, you know what I mean? try another name. Let's try Kit 4. See what come up. And this is all locations, like I said. Let's get out of that. Let's go into the lo-fi community. Shout out to the low heads, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's an effect right there. That's not a wave or whatever. Let's do the kind. And we're going to scroll back up here.
We're going to take a little break right now. When we come back, Carol Kane later tonight.
No sound on that one.
Reason 10. Green sample manipulator.
Oh, shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear anything on that. But that's an effect patch. That's an effect. Okay, hold up. See what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm clicking on another sample, and that's an effect patch. I'm not even looking at it because I'm thinking I'm looking for samples because I switched the kind to specifically be or type or whatever, you know, the type, you know what I mean? To have strictly samples or whatever. Oh, that's all right. A lot of these sounds you're hearing, I'm just hearing them for the first time too. A lot of these sounds y'all hearing, I'm hearing them for the first time too. Let's try another name. Let's get out the lo-fi. Let's go to acoustic or whatever, see what pops up. One more. Let's try, realistic, I guess. Now, a lot of these samples you're listening to is coming straight from Reason, but like, does this understand? And then look, it's a lot of damn patches, sounds rather, that is popping up. But how do I get this to access the same name, realistic, without having to use the user tags right here? You know, I got the 808s right there. Shout out to that. You know, I was able to just play around with it. You know what I mean? So, you know, these are Cymatic samples. Shout out to Cymatic, Steve Drew, just playing around with the user tag. So it's like, is there any way, and I haven't figured this out yet, you know what I'm saying, to try to see if it's possible to do. Oh, I was wondering where the sound coming from. I forgot I got a Thor up there. Even though I got it muted, it's still playing. That's crazy. Look, I got it muted here in the track, but it's still playing. And look, when y'all gonna get that together, Reason? If I mute it here and the sequencer, it should be muted inside of the rack. You feel what I'm saying? If I mute it in the sequencer, why it's not muted in the rack? And look, what's the situation where you guys got the mix channel or the MIDI channel at the bottom of the rack extension? Yeah, let's go over here and talk about that too. Because this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Hold up a minute. Let me try to put this rack down. Let's see if I can put it down. And look, you guys gotta work on the layers up here at the top where you want to separate the rack from the mixer. the clicking is okay, but the dot system worked way better. The clicking is okay, but the dot system worked way better over here in the corner. Put the dots back or put something there so that we have to keep clicking this thing to see if we got it right. You know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of annoying, man. It's kind of annoying. And look, it's no separate. It'll be different if you separated the clicking and like instead of a red line being there for at the top right here to suggest that you could access whatever type panel, it should be color coded. So that way, hey, red is for the rack, green is for the mixer, and blue is for the sequencer, whatever. You know what I mean? Just fix it. So the other situation is what I don't understand is why is and I don't know if this is just something y'all forgot at the end prior to release. Why is the mix channel at the bottom now of the rack? And you see right here, I'm trying to move the rack. It's not letting me move it. You know what I'm saying? I could move the mix channel over there. But for whatever reason, I can't seem to grab the rack. This particular rack, it won't let me do it. So let's get another instrument in here, right? Devices. Let's go Kong. Same thing. See that? Hold up. Do I got a kid in there? Yeah, it's a kid in there. Okay, it's the same thing. Why is the mix channel at the bottom now? Like, I don't know if this is just like the new way you guys are doing stuff, but this ain't it, man. Because you had it one way for years. Now you're trying to like, I don't know what y'all doing, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all doing, yo. You know what I mean? Let's go to instrument processes right here. Okay, so I appreciate the little pull down menu right there. Let's go back, get off the browser. The little pull down menu tab. I'm not even sure if y'all can see that on the phone or looking at this live. Just, inside of the mix window right here is a pull down tab where you could just straight add an effect. Oh, hold on. Matter of fact, let me go back. Get off the browser just to go back. So I know this is a difference. Okay, you got a pull down tab inside, and this one on the outside. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's dope. And look, that may need to be separated in some weird way, like the color difference. Both of them are blue. There needs to be like a color code difference, in my opinion, where blue is the inside and black or whatever is on the outside. You know what I mean? Green is on the outside to have it on the outside. You know what I mean? And it's an external effect on the outside. And, blue obviously would be for the inside of the mix thing. So let's pull that down again. That's pretty dope. Add effect. And let's go back to instrument processes. And you already know the drums is my favorite. Let's make sure I got my thing over here on the thing. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure. And look, it's the other situation. I think I got to go to this option menu right here. And it's the rack settings. So the rack per track, I know that's the new thing, but I don't like that when it comes to the rack itself, when you need to get back to the rack. You feel what I'm saying? It's good when you're just dealing with the sequencer, but if you want to get to the rack, you got to take this grouping off, yo. Got to take it off, and this is why it's like this too. So hold on, let me and look, that took me like 20 minutes the other day to figure that out. For whatever reason, I couldn't figure out the option name because I'm not thinking of it as an option. I'm looking in the view section for the rack per track. I'm looking at the view section for the rack per track. I'm looking up and down this thing, boy. Up and down. I'm like, I had to go to the menu and go to the help section to see what his thing is at, how to flip it back. It was in the it's in the options on the rack settings, yo. So yeah, take that off because let me delete this too right here. So again, let's pull up another instrument. Let's pull up a Kong again. again, why is the mixer at the bottom of the Kong? That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. That's stupid, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you had it this way all this time. You know what I'm saying? You had it this way all this time. Reason why are you trying to change stuff? I don't know if that's like, you know, you guys just forgot to put it back with the code the way it is. You forgot to code it the correct way. And let me go open my settings right here real quick too. And look at the let's see, track browser. Okay, so I got my settings on an empty rack too. I don't have a template. Use side panel browser and new songs. Yeah. Open last song starter, reason companion. No. See browser starts in default sound. Default sound folder for new devices. Nah, so yeah, I'm not sure why you guys doing that. You know what I'm saying? At all. That's weird. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just pull up another device. Let's do monopoly. Excuse me, a polytone. Let's do the polytone. Same thing. I don't get why it's on the bottom versus put it back the way we had it, man. Please, reason like don't start messing with the normal workflow we had in place already. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take too long at my age, and all the time we have been together 25 years since Reason 1. Been with you guys, yo. Since Rebirth, been using it before there was Reason. Don't start changing the little stuff, man. Keep it the same, because otherwise you got a problem. You know what I mean? It's going to take a lot longer to learn the new rules than it is keeping the old rules in place and forcing the new guys to learn the rules. You know what I'm saying? Because don't try to switch it up for these new cats, because they, you know, trying to make beats and trying to appease people too much. Don't do that, man, because it just really messes it up, the flow. So, like I said, you know, I'm not trying to really go on this video too long. I ain't making no beats for y'all tonight. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We'll come back tomorrow on another day. Now that we got the browser index again. Now that it's indexed again in, like, let me say, go over here to all types. And we're going to go over here to all locations again. And yeah, so far, like I said, the browser, the new features of it, the way it looks, it's cool, but you got to put the color back to it. Again, since erasing some files, the sample folders are still indexing. You know, a one-time index is all it needs, Reason. So you guys got to get that together. I'm really not sure what to say about that, because, you know, any other program I use is easy. And again, when you're searching for, like, obviously samples, you guys got to get that right. You know, folder, explorer. It seems to be a delay on my computer. Again, I got an HP Z600, Windows 10, you know, 96 gigs of RAM, dual processor, 6 hard drives in this thing. The main drive is a SSD for sure. So, you know, no more new instruments. Only focus on updates moving forward, Lander. Reason. Get the you know, again, this is the way I want to work. Let me get out of this rack right here. This is the way I prefer to work. Get these samples, drop them on the inside of the sequencer. Get these samples to show you as an example. Drop them right here in the sequencer. Bang. You know what I'm saying? You just start lining up the stuff the way I like it. You know what I mean? Bang. It's so much easier that way. But you guys got to get this indexing thing correct. Guys got to put some color back here again. This is the last rant right here, or vent, or commentary. Fix the color. Put the track icon, the patch icons back the way they were, because that's a feature that's in Reason that is already standard workflow. This looks very dull, the browser. And, you know, again, get the indexing. So indexing, browser color, put the patch icons, put it back, man. Because otherwise you won't be messing with the normal flow of things, Reason. And this ain't my first video talking about specifically the browser. Again, y'all know I'll be here all day speaking specifically about the browser. It's not a rant video. This is, hey, let's get it together, man. Finally, after all these years, let's get it together, man. So, like I said, hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all here another minute. Shout out to those that came into the live. If you're gonna come back in here and watch it later on, shout out to you. Share this live. Let me know if I'm tripping or not. Check my other videos out. Searching for samples to see what it is I'm actually speaking about. And some folks might look at this as a rant. It's not. You know, the browser of reason has always had issues, and it's not all the way 100 to me still. You know, it seemed like it, you know, it looked better in version 12, but, you know, you improved it in version 14. So it's like, hey, you took away stuff that we were already using inside of Reason. And it's like, again, the browser, especially with the dark mode, I'm not going back to the light mode. Reason is over with. This is the dark mode is easier on the eyes, but you guys got to put some color back into the browser, because that makes no sense why you at least took the patch icons, which had color and it was already designed up to look like the rack of the patches you're selecting. You guys took all that stuff away, man. So hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all here another minute. This thing over 2 hours. Holla at your boy. You already know Segwon. Shout out to the Reason gang, man, in the Reason community. Reason 14. We ain't going back, man. We ain't going back. Skitty bop, skitty bop. You know what I mean?